Okay. Take. Just joking. Okay, so number 50. I have a calendar right there. So this is number 50. YouTube live yoga routine. And today we're going to do 6 sun salutations slowly. So 6 slow sun salutations. And 2 things that we want to make sure we do is, the first thing is to hold the poses, each pose at the spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go any further. So you get to that spot, find that spot, hold it, accept where you are, forget about trying to be somewhere, forget about, hey, I should be doing it this way. Forget that mindset. Let go of that mindset. And just be in the present moment. And what you're doing is learning acceptance. And you're focusing on your breathing, and that focus is the link that allows the mind and body to become one, which is yoga. So if you're doing that, you're doing yoga. No matter where you think you should be, let go of that mindset. Learn acceptance. And that's what we're learning on the yoga mat, is acceptance. Anytime we're doing yoga, a yoga routine, you're learning acceptance. And now with the 6 sun salutations, we're just going to focus on, they call it saluting the sun, right? But really it's the light. Technically, with the sun salutations, you're waking up with the sun, the world, you know, the dews on the ground. I don't think I have dew on the ground. Well, actually I do, because it's kind of dewy outside. No, it's kind of misty outside because it's raining. But so you're waking up with the world. So the flowers starting to come out, traffic is starting to move. So you're tapping into that energy, technically. But now, with these sun salutations, you're focusing on light, the sun. And that light can be out here. You could be somewhere else in the world right now watching this video. I don't think anybody's probably watching this video. But if you are, even if you're not doing these in the morning, you still focus on light. And light, which this is, Satchitananda, the One Truth, Many Paths, all the religions is about the light. So let's go ahead and begin. Feet are shoulder width apart, toes come up, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches one at a time to the floor. Knees are slightly bent, hips are tilted, no tension in the arms or the shoulders. I gotta take off my glasses. I forgot to have my glasses on. Usually wear contacts, but my wife cleaned the bathroom and I don't know where she put my contacts. So lengthen up. And you're finding that spot where the skeleton is just standing. No tension anywhere. Finding that spot where if you were just a skeleton, you're letting it stand. And you're going to focus on the breathing. Bring the palms together, thumbs go to the heart center. My hands will disappear from the camera, but all I'm doing is keeping them in the prayer. I go out a little bit. You can even go like this if you like. You know, you can even reach up if you want. I know a lot of people that just go up and they reach up, and then they come back down. So thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back, or do what you like. Inhaling. That's the standing salute. Exhale, hinge forward from the lower back. And you're just going to hang in the ragdoll No tension in the arms, so the arms are dangling, the head is dangling, and you're focused on the breathing. Palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs, pulling yourself in, pushing the air out. Forehead's going towards the knees. You're pulling yourself in and down at the same time. Go nice and easy. And now arch the back, raise the head. Inhale slowly. Then exhale. Pull yourself in and down. Push all the air out. And inhale, arch the back, raise the head. And let's do one more. Pull yourself in and down. Push all the air out. And arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Now palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. With the low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight or maybe arched. Palms are to the floor, maybe your fingers, or maybe you're up like this. Wherever you are, make sure the knee's not going over the toe. If it is, lengthen up some. Settle in the pose. Find where you should be. Accept it. And just focus on the breathing. And we're going to do the high lunge. We won't stay in the high lunge, but the back foot, curl toes under, knee goes up. Settle here for a second or two, then move into downward dog. With the downward dog, you're pushing into it. So the arms are straight, legs are straight, heels are towards the floor, or they're into the floor, tailbones going to the ceiling, no tension in the neck. And you're pushing, but you're not pushing past the spot where you feel like, man, I shouldn't go there. Don't go there. Find a spot right before that, settle in it, accept where you are, and focus on the breathing. Now you can slide into the upper dog. So you drop down to the knees and the chest, and you slide up. Now with the upper dog, tops of the feet are to the floor, palms are to the floor, head is going up and back. And if you need to modify this, you can do the small cobra. Small cobra, you're on your belly, no pressure on the hands, so you're not pushing up, you're pulling up. You're using your back muscles, which are pull muscles. Or just modify it how you have to. Wherever you are, just accept it. We're learning acceptance. Just focus on the breathing. You're going to push back to the downward dog. And you push again to it. Arms are straight. Legs are straight. Tailbones to the ceiling. Heels towards the floor. No tension in the neck, so the head is dangling. Find that spot right before you feel like you should go any further. And just focus on the breathing. Now you can bring the left foot up between the hands into a low lunge. With the low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, square up the hips, pushing them forward diagonally. Back is straight or maybe arched. You're to your palms or to your fingers, or maybe you're just up like this. Wherever you are, just make sure the knee's not going over the toe. And if it is, you want to lengthen up a little bit. And then just settle in the pose. accept where you are and focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. Now with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge, settle here for a second. We're not going to stay here. Then move into the standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down. And then just focus on the breathing. Now in this pose, you're closed up, but you still want yourself to breathe. You still want the belly to move. So when you inhale, the belly expands with air. So let yourself be pushed out just slightly. And then when you exhale, the belly goes in. Let yourself go in. And you're just aware of that movement. You're not focused on it. You're focused on the breathing. And you're aware of the movement. You're aware of where the body is. You're aware of what's going on around you. Focusing on the breathing allows you to be aware. So reach out, up and back. Turn the palms out, push the air down and out. And again, inhale, exhale, hinge forward, pull yourself in and down, focus on the breathing, and just accept where you are. Maybe you're in like this. Maybe you feel something in your lower back, or your hamstrings, or your calves, and you're like, okay, I can't go there. That's okay. Focusing on your breathing makes you aware of that. You're not focused on those things, you're just aware of it. And you're accepting where you are. You're learning acceptance. The palms to the sides of the feet. Right leg is back into a low lunge. The low lunge. Top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor. Square up the hips, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight or maybe arched. Palms are to the floor. Maybe you're to your fingertips. Maybe you're like this. Wherever you are, just make sure you're accepting where you are. You're focusing on the breathing. And again, that focusing on the breathing is what allows the mind and body to become one. And with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up into a high lunge. Settle here for a second or two. Then move in the downward dog. The downward dog, the arms are straight, legs are straight, heels are towards the floor, tailbones going to the ceiling, head is dangling, no tension in the neck, and you're pushing into it. But you're not pushing past the point of where you feel like you shouldn't go. You get right before that point, that spot, accept where you are, and just focus on the breathing. Then you can slide into the upper dog. So you drop down to the knees and the chest, slide up. Or just modify it how you have to. If you need to do the small cobra, do the small cobra. Maybe just to your hands and knees. And if you are, it's okay. You're accepting where you are. Just focus on the breathing. As long as your mind and body's connecting, you're doing yoga. That is yoga. The unity of the mind and body. And then back to downward dog. Pushing into it. Arms are straight. Legs are straight. Tailbones to the ceiling. Heels towards the floor. No tension in the neck. Pushing. Accepting. And focusing on the breathing. The right foot is up between the hands to a low lunge with a low lunge. Top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally, back straight, maybe arch. To your palms, fingertips, or you're up like this. Wherever you are, just make sure you're focusing on the breathing, accepting where you are, accepting where you are. And again, just make sure you're accepting where you are. We're learning acceptance on the yoga mat. And that is a mindset to take off the yoga mat and apply it in the so-called real world. I'm going to focus on my breathing right now. I'm focusing on my nose. It's itching. And with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, settle on the high lunge for a second or two, then move into the standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down, let yourself breathe, focus on the breathing. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Turn the palms out, push the air down and out, exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Pull yourself in and down, let yourself breathe, focusing on the breathing. Focusing on the breathing allows you to be aware, it heightens your awareness. Focusing on the breathing heightens your awareness, allows you to be aware of what's going on in the body, with the movements, but you're not focused on those things. You're focused on the breathing. Palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. With a low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight, maybe arch. You're to your palms, to your fingertips, or you're just like this. Wherever you are, just make your, can't speak, just make sure you're focused on the breathing. I couldn't speak because I was about to say, just make sure the knee's not going over the toe, because that's what I say in the beginning. Then I switch it up and make sure you focus on the breathing. So yeah, I tripped myself up. You're not doing yoga, Charlie, if you're thinking about that stuff. That's right. Uh-oh. See, I hear the dog. That's not my dog, that's a neighbor's dog. So high lunge, settle here. Downward dog. I didn't even know the neighbor. I don't think it's neighbor's dog. Somebody must be walking a dog. I don't think my neighbor has a dog. So here you're pushing to the spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go anymore. Arms straight, legs are straight, tailbone's going to the ceiling. So think of the tailbone going to the ceiling, and at the same time, the heels towards the floor. You're stretching that part of the body, pushing, no tension in the neck. Then you can slide into the upper dog or modify it how you have to. Do the small cobra. Just go to the hands and knees. Do whatever you need to do. So I have a clock right there, and I don't have my glasses on. I don't have contacts. So I don't know what it says really. I can take a guess. The time is 29:23. Blah, blur, blur. Okay, I made that up. Back to the downward dog, pushing into it. Arms are straight. Legs are straight. Tailbones to the ceiling. Heels towards the floor. Pushing into it. You should be becoming more flexible as we move through these. So you should be pushing a little bit more. But if not, that's fine too. You might be going the other way. You might be like, whoa, that's too much. Last time I did too much, so this time I need to go out. That's part of it too. So left foot is up between the hands. Low lunge. Low lunge, top the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward. Back is straight. Maybe arch. Palms to the floor, maybe your fingertips, maybe you're here. See, for me, I'm loosened up a little bit more, so I'm going down a little bit more. And just make sure the knee's not going over the toe. Again, if the knee's going over the toe, you want to lengthen up. That puts too much pressure on the knee. And just do the best you can. You're settling there, you're accepting the knee's going over the toe because you have to make it do that, then that's fine too. Just accept where you are. Just make sure you're not feeling any pain or too much strain. Then curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge. And then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down, focusing on the breathing, letting yourself breathe. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Turn the palms out, push the air down and out, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Pull yourself in and down, focusing on the breathing. Arms to the sides of the feet. Right leg is back into a low lunge. With a low lunge, top the foot to the floor, knees to the floor. Back is straight, maybe arch into your palms, fingers are up. Wherever you are, so in the pose, accept where you are, and just focus on the breathing. See, if I squint, I can see the clock. 5:53. I think 5:58. No, I'm not that bad. 5:53. So with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge, settle here for a second or two, then move into downward dog. Arms are straight, legs are straight, heels towards the floor, tailbone is going to the ceiling. And that's an important part of the pose. So stretching, you're stretching the legs, back of the legs there. So you're pushing the tailbones to the ceiling, and you're pushing the heels into the floor. And you're pushing back at the same time. And then you're settling, focusing on the breathing. Then you slide into the upper dog or modify it how you have to. And back to downward dog. Pushing into it. Arms straight, legs are straight. Heels towards the floor, tailbones to the ceiling. I keep on repeating that, and I will keep on repeating it. Even though you say, hey, I know that already. That's okay. It's good to remind you. The right foot is up between the hands. Low lunge with the low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor. Hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight or maybe arched into your fingers. If you need to be here or you're up like this. Wherever you are, just focus on the breathing And you're accepting where you are. Then with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge, settle here for a second or two, then move into standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down, focusing on the breathing, but let yourself breathe. Remember, when you're inhaling, the belly swells with air. Let yourself be pushed out of the pose slightly. It's a subtle movement. And then when you exhale, the belly goes in. Let yourself be pulled back into the pose. Be aware of that subtle movement. You're not focused on it, but you're aware of it. You're focused on the breathing. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Turn the palms out, push the air down and out, exhale. Again, inhale, exhale. Two more salutations. Pull yourself in and down, focusing on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. Arms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. With a low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor. Hips are square, pushing forward, diagonally, back is straight, or maybe arch. To your palms or your fingertips. You're up like this. Wherever you are, just make sure the knee's not going over the toe, and you're focused on the breathing. Back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge, settle here for a second or two. Then downward dog, pushing into it. Arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones going to the ceiling, heels towards the floor. No tension in the neck, and you're pushing. You're pushing more than you were before. Maybe not. Maybe you're bringing yourself out of it, but most likely you're loosening up. So you're pushing right before you feel like, hey, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle there, accept where you are, and focus on the breathing. Then you're going to slide into the upper dog, so drop down to the knees and the chest, slide up. Modify it how you have to. Just focus on the breathing. No matter how you're modifying it, focus on the breathing. That's the link that allows the mind and body to become one. If that's happening, you're doing yoga. Doesn't matter how the pose looks. You're doing the best you can. Focus on the breathing. The mind and body is one. And then you're doing yoga. So downward dog, arms are straight, legs are straight. Heels towards the floor, tailbones to the ceiling, pushing into it. Focusing on the breathing. Then left foot is up between the hands, low lunge, top of foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight or maybe arched. Make sure the knee's not over the toe. If it is, lengthen up. And just focus on the breathing. Maybe you're to your fingertips, maybe you're up like that. I keep on repeating that because it's important to just accept where you are. You settle in the pose, accept it, and then just focus on the breathing. Let go of, hey, I should be here. Hey, I should be doing that. That's judgment. Let go of judgment. You're not doing that on the yoga mat. Now with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge, settle here for a second or two, then move into standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down, focusing on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. And make sure you're letting yourself breathe. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Exhale, turn the palms out, push the air down and out. We have one more sun salutation. I know I'm going over the time a little bit, not a little bit, but maybe like 6 minutes I'm going over. Hinge forward, pull yourself in and down, focusing on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. Palms to the sides of the feet. Right leg is back into a low lunge. With a low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally, back is straight, or maybe arched. To your palms, fingertips are up like this. Just accept where you are and just focus on the breathing. Letting the mind and body become one. What time is it? Yeah. It's 29 minutes in. So curl the toes under. Well, actually 32 minutes in. Knee is up. High lunge, settle here. Then downward dog. Arms are straight. Legs are straight. Tailbones to the ceiling. Heels towards the floor. Pushing into it. You're pushing into it a little bit more than you were before, most likely. If not, then don't do it. But you're still trying to find that spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go anymore. Settle there, accept where you are, and focus on the breathing. You can slide into the upper dog. Modify it how you have to. Wherever you are, just accept it. And just focus on the breathing. And back to downward dog, pushing into it, arms are straight, legs are straight, heels towards the floor, tailbones to the ceiling, pushing into it, but there's no tension in the neck, but you're pushing to the spot right before you feel like you shouldn't go anymore. Settle there, accept where you are, and focus on the breathing. Right foot is up between the hands, low lunge. With the low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is straight, or maybe arch. You're to your palms, or maybe to your fingertips. Maybe you're up like that. Wherever you are, just make sure the knee's not going over the toe, or going over the toe too much. Just accept where you are and focus on the breathing. And with the back foot, curl the toes under, knee goes up, settle in the high lunge for a second or two, then move into the standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down, focusing on the breathing. Letting yourself breathe. Turn palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Exhale, Turn the palms out, push the air down and out. And then you go to mountain pose. Remember, mountain pose is toes are out, spread the toes. Each toe touches one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted. Arms are relaxed with tension in the arms, of the shoulders. Lengthen yourself up. And just find that spot where the skeleton is just standing. And you just focus on the breathing. Here, you're watching yourself breathe. You're thinking of nothing else but the breathing. And there's two ways to do it. Well, there's many ways to do it, but two ways I like is when you inhale, the belly goes in. You exhale, the belly goes in. I'm sorry. When you inhale, the belly goes out. And when you exhale, the belly goes in. So just focus on that. Or bring your focus to the tip of your nose and just watch the air go in and out. And just stay here just a little bit longer. So just watch yourself breathe. You're already breathing automatically. You're just watching it. And at the same time, make sure you're in the spot where the skeleton is just standing as if there was nothing else. You were only a skeleton on that spot where it stands. Bring the palms together. And that's it. So I went over 7 minutes, or maybe 6 minutes. That clock's almost like 30 seconds fast. I need to get my glasses. Yeah, I'm going to go put in my contacts this morning, and my wife cleaned the bathroom, and I don't know where she put them. So if I shave, I started doing the sun salutations 3 minutes in or so. So that's about 32 minutes of sun salutations. And I can make it more, without talking, I can make it 30 minutes. And I know where I need to trim it up some. And that would be in the very beginning where I do this and then down. Don't need to do that. I just do that to warm up some. Anyway, so I'll see you tomorrow. I think I'm looking right here. Camera used to be here. I don't know why. I must be in that. Must be in the past. Hey, so I'll see you tomorrow, 5:30 Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So namaste, peace and love.